I am a raging patriot.
It's the guts and it's the glory, 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a lie. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line.
Wow, what a beautiful song, one-off, but tribute. And I would like to bring Drew in just for a moment. He is a new co-producer for this show, and I met Drew. He was subscribed to me on YouTube, and we would talk during the lives and during the chats on my videos, and here he is producing something here with Right America Media, and then putting that beautiful tribute together. So if we could bring Drew in just for a moment, that would be great, Juan. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
How are we doing tonight?
Good. Hey, I know that you were up till like 5 in the morning, many a nights, working on that, and you work on stuff for KSOK Uncensored and Right America Media. And so I felt it appropriate to bring you in and just thank you for what you do. And for those watching, we are a station that it's for patriots, by patriots. It's not for monetary gain. We do this because we love our country, and same goes for Drew. And so I just want to say thank you.
It's my pleasure with all my heart. I'm happy to be a part of this.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thanks, Juan, for bringing Drew in. Well, let me just talk about something real quick here. I'm just coming out of YouTube jail. I was in YouTube jail for 8 days due to the live I had 2 weeks ago, and something that YouTube didn't agree with that I spoke about. I will avoid talking about that today. But let's just talk about something that just came out within the last 2 hours, that Biden has informed the entire nation that any employer who employs over 100 employees must mandate the vaccine. Yes, you know which one I'm talking about. And if the employee decides not to get the vaccine, they must undergo weekly testing. My question is, one, I have a lot of questions. I'm disgusted. If you're an employer, you say no. You have to say no to this. And if you're an employee, you say no as well. We have to band together. We cannot allow this coercion and tyranny to continue. It's incredibly disheartening. As you guys may or may not know, last week, my husband is a police officer. Last week, the city of Portland announced that anybody employed by the city of Portland, which is over 7,000 employees, must receive the vaccine or they lose their jobs. Recently, the police union did successfully fight the city of Portland, and they were able to get the police officers to where they're separated from this mandate. And as much as we were incredibly thankful, because believe me, for a few days there, I didn't know where we would be living. I didn't know, would we have to move in with my parents? I don't know. You all these things cross your mind, right? One day you're in a good position, and then the next day you could be unemployed because of your morals and your unwillingness to fall for what is happening. But that was lifted. But immediately I said, excellent. Let's rejoice in that for just a moment. But now we have to fight with the others that haven't been so lucky. And we have to put our energy into all of these other folks, these nurses, these doctors, other emergency personnel, firefighters. It just, the list goes on. And now, you know, we had 24 hours where we felt like we could rejoice in some good news as a household. And now we have this, where over 100 million Americans would be impacted by this. And we're strong, and we need to band together and fight this. And I'll stop there, because on a positive note, we have Coffey Anderson on, and he's going to be coming through. Of course, you know, I had to do my little rage moment in my intro and talk about what's on my heart. But we have really exciting things happening here today. So with that said, please bring in the amazing Mr. Red, White, and Blue, Coffey Anderson. Hello, sir.
Thank you so much for having me. Good to be with y'all. Great show. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Oh, absolutely. And thank you. Seriously, I still don't know. I'm pinching myself. I still don't know how Drew pulled this off, but just thank you. And you know, I was so surprised that Drew pulled this off. Nothing against him, but just little old me. And then I spent, and I'm not even kidding, I told Drew, I'm like, I am going to binge this. I watched Country Ever After on Netflix, reality series with your family. And after I got done watching that, I was like, now I see why he was okay with going on a show like mine, where there isn't a lot of gain, right? I don't have a following like you do, but I felt like I got to know your personality, and that you're this amazing patriot, and now it makes sense to me. So thank you very much.
Well, Country Ever After is 12 episodes on Netflix of the Netflix original reality show that's not scripted. This isn't Chris Lee Knows Best. This is not in any of those other shows. This is one. This is us. They followed us, and it's my journey being an independent country music artist, living in LA from Texas, married to a white hip hop dancer. Yes, my tan is permanent. So it's a great dynamic between her, my careers, family, It also goes fight against stage 4 colon cancer. And a lot of times people don't really understand all the ups and downs that go along with that. So they get a chance to see it firsthand. And the show is at over 50 million viewers worldwide. It is unbelievable the love that we've gotten and the fandom that is behind Country Ever After on Netflix. And it's good to know that you can be yourself, and that's enough.
Yes, absolutely. You know, it's funny. I swore off reality TV years ago, and your show is the first one that I have watched. And before, like other shows, you feel like you're like killing brain cells, but with yours, I actually felt enriched. And I'm not even just saying that because you're here live with me. I felt enriched because I can see how God is working through you and your family on TV. I really can. And your wife is an incredible woman. And so many times I found myself saying out loud, like, wow, the grace that woman shows through what she is going through makes me tear up a little bit. Incredible. So, sorry. I've never been emotional on one of my shows before, but she's incredible.
You know what? And that's what makes it powerful, is that we're very relatable. Are we popular and successful? Yes, but it's relatable. What mother with that diagnosis doesn't think about her family first? What wife doesn't think about her husband first? And it's about winning. But we've also bred the faith element, the business side of it, but also saying Andersons never lose. Our family has a culture which has now started to bleed over into other people's families that have watched it and going, we're going to clap for people when they get done. And hey, clap for Avery and Clay. You know, now we're cheering each other on. Are you going to fight for each other and not with each other? Can you fight for each other and not with each other? And I believe you can.
I think that is fantastic. No, absolutely. All right. I have a few takeaways from that. One, here's something that I actually found. One, your dad is hysterical. By the way, I want to hang out with him and have a beer with your dad. I'm sure everyone says that, but he's awesome. So it's funny though. Okay. So the fact that your wife stuck with you so you introduce her to your father and you say, isn't she pretty or something like that? He literally said, there's prettier or something like that.
Like that. Isn't she pretty? And he's like, I've seen prettier. I mean,
oh my
first time meeting ever. I mean, he is blunt and he loves who he loves. And now there's nobody better than his daughter-in-law. Okay, she's tattooed on his arm, but there's the reality of our show is that this is real life. These are family dynamics, and everybody understands. They all have that one relative that speaks too much truth when they don't need to. We all have that one relative that mooches. We all have the one that can't keep a relationship. We all have it. Don't look around, people. Don't look around. I'm just saying, Country Ever After is very, very relatable because we are relevant. And when was the last time a reality show was relevant? The Kardashians are cool, but you don't have $800 million. You don't have a daughter that's 21 making $1 billion. You can go buy whatever you want and do whatever. This is relatable. This is for everyone between New York and LA because there's a whole lot of real life happening that they've forgotten about.
Right. Absolutely. No, I loved it. And your wife is a good woman because my father-in-law, I still remember, I was engaged to my husband and we did long distance. He's a New Yorker. I'm in Oregon. But one of the first times I met him, he got on my case about leaving lights on in their bathroom. And he called me out in front of their entire family. And I was like, I'm out because I don't like being told what to do. So I was like, oh, hell no, I'm out of here. And so my husband had to talk me off the ledge. I'm like, who does this guy think he is? And I'm like, but clearly it's funny. And then I have to laugh now because we're close now.
A parent is a parent. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, seriously.
I love it. I love it.
Growing up, it didn't matter if you left the lights on. My parents are free spirits. Leave the light on, whatever. It takes more energy to turn it on and off, right? But anyway, so that was funny. But that resonated with me. Yeah.
Do you have babies yet?
I have 2.
Do you have kids yet? Oh,
yes, 2.
You're not fussing them about the lights? Come on,
no. You know what? I pick my battles. It's like I'm more focused on my son not peeing all over the bathroom. So I'm do you even look? Like, do you look at the toilet or you just That is my biggest.
But if you don't own one of those things, it's hard to understand how to control it. And it takes a while. So women, you'll never get it. You'll never get it.
I'm learning that. Yeah, the world is your bathroom when you're a male, I'm assuming.
There we go.
Oh, here's the cool thing. So you can see these people. These are people that subscribe to me and that are listening live, and they will pop up. Their comments will pop up.
Good.
So it's kind of fun. It's interactive. Okay, so I have to circle back around with you on your song, though, because I know. So your father served in the military, right?
My dad served in the Air Force. Yes, ma'am. In the
Air Force. Now, was he your inspiration for Mr. Red, White, and Blue, or what really inspired you to write that?
My daddy, Papa, was the inspiration for my new patriotic single, American Made. Mr. Red, White, and Blue was inspired by Sergeant Craig Karp, and I heard his story of survival, and he had terrible PTSD when I met him. And we were given a home away with Military Warrior Support Foundation. 3-star General Leroy Sisco, myself, we give a home away to a combat veteran or a Gold Star family, that if we can raise money to do so. And we gave the keys to him. But when the national anthem played, Chris knew it was a very different look in his eye than everybody else in the room. So I grabbed my guitar, I put my strap around my shoulder, and started walking around the arena. As I'm walking around, I ended up just start strumming. Hold on a second.
Yes, I was hoping you'd bust it out.
So
I'm excited.
I started walking around, and it's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stars. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. And my buddy Trevor was like, go, keep going. And I was like, it's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he loved with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, he is alive. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. And literally, Mr. Red, White, and Blue just downloaded to me within 10 minutes.
Wow. That is incredible.
So, it was a God moment. And so out of that, a buddy of mine had gotten drafted by the Kansas City Royals. And I didn't have enough money to get the song made. So he gave me enough money, wired it to me, and I literally just cried in my truck because I knew this song was bigger than me. And when I went to 2 record labels with it after we finished recording it, oh, we don't get it. You're brown and patriotic. We don't understand. This doesn't fit the mold. And, I went to LA and sang for them. Oh, we don't do country. And I'm going, this is what people are missing. This is what they need. Because blue collar families are the ones that are lending their babies out on the front lines. And if that's our audience, we got to make music for them. Not everybody wants truck, beer, girl, bitches, hoes, and rims, and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, y'all are so detached. And when I released it, a Marine group got a hold of it. Wishes for Warriors got a hold of it. I sang it at the Marine Ball. Taya Kyle gets in touch with me and says, hey, could you come sing Mr. Red, White, and Blue at my husband's gravestone dedication?
Wow.
And his name was Chris Kyle. And Chris Kyle was who the movie American Sniper was about. And just to see, I've sang this song at an event with Colonel Oliver North, and Sarah Huckabee Sanders spoke. And just so many amazing people. But 8 days ago, when I saw caskets coming back from Kabul, TikTok with my blaring, I got on social media and said, I'm willing to go to the funerals and sing Mr. Red, White, and Blue, an amazing grace for these families. This did not have to happen. And if I can get a guitar and get on a plane, it may help a mama deal a little bit better from losing her baby. And we have to be our brother and sister's keepers right now. This is a different White House, a different administration, in my opinion. And so I feel like we have to take care of each other. And how do I do that? I get a guitar and get on a plane. And who would think that this piece of wood and 6 strings, 4 chords and the truth would change so many lives? And I woke up the next day and the song was number 2 on the charts. And then it was number 5 and then number 3. This is bigger than me. This is a culture of, we're not going to stop putting our hand over our heart. We're not going to stop singing a national anthem before ball games. We're not going to stop praying. And you can try to teach all the junk you want. We'll take our kids out. Please understand, we the people is the most powerful candidate we could ever elect. Problem is we forgot how powerful we were because we've been coasting on the freedom and the bravery of the people before us, generations before us. We didn't have to work for it. Now you got to work. You want healthy food, you better start cooking it and growing it. You want somebody to protect your family, you better learn how to shoot and get the Second Amendment in your mouth. You want to go to a good church because pastors are scared, you better learn the Bible on your own. This is your turn to have personal responsibility. And this is where we are right now, whether you like it or not.
Oh, I love you. You are preaching to the choir. You know what's funny? Before this, I said to Drew, I'm like, are politics off the table? And he's like, no. I'm like, really? Okay. Because I mean, what you just said, it resonates with so many. And it's so true. We have been coasting. You know, the only reason I'm doing what I do right now is because a year and a half ago, I watched my husband go to battle with Antifa downtown Portland for 123 days straight, mandatory overtime, no nights off, understaffed. They weren't allowed to deploy any less lethals. So they were literally bats or hats, batons, and shields. And Antifa had the same. And I watched the world turn against law enforcement. And thank you for writing the pro-law enforcement song, Back the Blue, because
yes, ma'am.
I felt so alone. And one day I picked up my phone. I felt like I was going to implode. I picked up my phone and I just went off. I did a 1 minute and I posted it on TikTok. I had no makeup on. I just gone on a run. Didn't look good. I was about to lose it. And I posted it on TikTok. It went viral. And I immediately went from feeling alone to feeling like, wow, there are still good human beings out there. And I had a family immediately, like a virtual family of people that were praying for my husband and supporting us. And it became, so many times I said I'm literally like, God, tell me what's next. And I'm not even kidding. Like I didn't know. I'm like, I'm just doing this. It just because it feels like it's what I need to do. And I'm fighting for people and for this country. And I know you are too. And we do it in different ways, but thank you. Thank you for what you said, because we all need to, there are doctors that aren't willing to, I don't want to get banned again if I say this, but they're basically, everyone should be looking to take care of themselves right now and their families and not dependent on everyone like we have been.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And there's so many ways for you to learn. I remember when the shooting happened in Orlando at the gay club. Literally the next day, I went to the shooting range. It was all gay couples. Great. Learn how to protect yourself. The Second Amendment is not just for white conservative Christians, 45 and 55. It's for anyone to be able to defend themselves. I want my gay brothers and sisters, single mamas, single daddies. I want girls that are going to college that need to have something because they walk across campus after studying at midnight. Learn how to protect yourself. This is not for one demographic, no matter what mainstream media is teaching you. These amendments are for all of us.
Right.
All of us. Please understand.
Amen.
There's been a lot of people that have fought, bled, and died for you to have these rights. Learn them and use them. Learn them and use them.
Exactly. You know, it's funny. I got in trouble with my husband recently because I went and bought 2 more guns. And I knew he'd say we don't need more, but but I did it. So anyways, but it's like, I wanted one, excuse me, I want one for every family member. I mean, the thing is, our kids eventually, I want them to learn how to defend themselves. They're young right now. I have a 7-year-old and an almost 11-year-old. yeah, they're young and I'm not putting guns in their hand right now, but I want them because who knows if we can even get our hands on firearms down the road.
Right.
So it's that kind of a day and age.
Right. That 9-year-old can shoot a 410. That 11-year-old can shoot a 20 gauge light load, and they can learn. They can learn. It's okay.
Yes,
they can
absolutely.
learn. Yep.
Absolutely. No, I love that. All right. I have to flash back to your show because I have something that I have a theory and I want to know if this is right. So there was a point.
Here we go.
I think you'll like this. There was a point where you were looking to hire dancers for your music video. And your wife was producing this, right? And she asks you, it depends on what look you're going for. You know, your wife being a blonde. Are you going for like a blonde look or a brunette? And you're like, we're going to hire them all. Yep, let's hire them all. And I was like, what a smart man. You know what I mean? That's like an impossible. If you say brunette, oh, do you like brunettes more? Or if you say, I just immediately, I laughed to myself because I was like, I don't think that was the driving force because I heard you say you wanted them to be able to build their resume. But I was also kind of chuckling to myself, was like, I wonder if that was strategic.
You know,
so what do you think?
When we shot the music video for She's Famous, which is actually on YouTube and you can watch it, very fun music video. My wife did produce it. She choreographed it with the world famous choreographer in Dana Alexa. So Dana and Priscilla created this awesome routine, which I could never do. So dancers to me, because I can two-step and I got grooves because I'm black. I'm like, hey, I can do that. But as far as choreography, that ain't happening. That's a gift. And so when I saw 40 people that had learned this routine in less than 45 minutes to a T, dancing their heart out, sweating, working for an hour and a half, I'm going to walk in and go, you, not you. You never know what they've been through. You never know. Somebody may be down to their phone bill or their car payment, and they need an extra $500 to dance to see what I'm like. We're hiring everybody. We're getting everybody.
That was really cool.
Like,
really cool to watch.
What?
I know.
We're hiring everybody. Everybody needs a start. They need money. They need a resume. If they're working this hard to audition, imagine how amazing the video is going to look. The video is off the chain. It's amazing.
It was the video is really, really cool. And it's funny. I went to watch it right after your 12th episode. And I could tell that probably I was along with millions of other people who did the exact same thing because you were thanking people on there for watching.
All right.
Country After.
Absolutely.
But it was awesome. And you could tell everyone was having a great time. And that moment was a feel good too, even though I chuckled because I thought I had a theory there. But it was also a feel good because it was like, oh my gosh, that's what I would want to do too. You know, that was awesome.
You know, I think you because you're successful, you can't be by yourself. I mean, people say it's lonely at the top, and that's just because you hadn't invited nobody up there with you. And if we're going to be successful, can we be a blossom? Can we be a blessing and blossom where we're planted? I think that we can. Right. So if you're on top, blossom where you're planted and pull more people up.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. All right. Can I rewind all the way back to before your career? I really want to know what has made you who you are today. And all I know is what I've read and what I've seen on your show, which is quite a bit, but I would love to hear what drives you. You are a stand-up patriot. You can tell you love God, this country, your family. And but what has made you that way?
My community, my mother and father have this crazy belief in me and my gift. And my mother went to heaven too soon, but she always told me I'd be a world changer. From when I was little, when she had me competing in the 8th grade spelling bee as a 3rd grader. She just felt like I was operating at a higher level than everyone else. And what it does, it makes you fly faster. It makes you jump higher, run stronger, and it puts a different wind at your back when you have people that believe in you from the get-go. And my dad still to this day thinks I'm the best country singer on the planet. You can't tell him nothing at all. You can't tell him nothing at all. And it makes me feel like I can go and conquer anything. So I'm not afraid to speak up because my granddad.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there's Pawpaw. That's my daddy.
I love it.
My
Thank you,
granddad on
Ron.
my mother's side. My granddad on my mother's side had to only use colored bathrooms. My mother had letters written to her and bricks thrown through her windshield when she was going to be the first Black teacher ever in the school district. And there's no one doing that now. There's no bathroom that says Coffey can only use this one here. There's nothing that says there's a Black internet or we're segregated. There's none of that. And so I felt like, and still feel like, through capitalism and through the United States of America, I can be anybody I want to be. I can break out of the middle class, which is the hardest thing any of us will ever do, because we've been conditioned in public school to be employees. But now I can break out of the middle class using my talent, using my gift. I can make a song right here, record it in my computer, and upload it for the world to download. And now it's viral. Are you kidding me? Why would I not run as hard as I can? Why would I not put my best effort? Why would I not put my babies down? Make sure my wife is rested, and my children go to sleep, and then take a Red Bull, go in my garage and start a second business or make more music. Because this is the greatest time we've ever lived in, when you can start a business with Shopify, when you can start your own channel on YouTube. No matter how many times they censor you, as long as people are watching, they're still going to pay ad space. I'm telling you right now, we've never lived in a time like this. Why would we not take advantage of it? What drives me is that I want to succeed. I grew up eating bologna, and I'll never go back unless I want to. Not because I have to.
Right. I love that. That is, yeah, you can't. Don't you feel like the African American community is pandered to by the left and is basically told, you can't achieve this. We're gonna just do this for you because you're not set up for success. Right.
They don't know how to get on the internet. They can't operate a computer.
It's disgusting. Right.
It's disgusting. And I think there's a lot more people ignoring them. There's a lot more people ignoring the pandering than what a lot of people believe. There's
that makes me happy.
Yeah. A lot of conversation in the Black community, like, they think we've fallen for that. Okay. Telling you. Yeah.
Well, that's really refreshing to hear.
Huh?
It's very refreshing to hear that, because not that I watch mainstream media, but all they lead you to believe is that the, let's just say, anyone right of center is on their own. And it can make you feel very isolated. I mean, I'm in Portland, Oregon, and I feel very alone. And I mean, it's amazing because I've connected with so many other people in Portland, Oregon, who have similar beliefs and values. And I know there's red pills being taken every day. And actually, you know what? I think that what Biden did today, people are just going to be popping the red pills because that if something isn't more blatant that there is tyranny and coercion actively taking place, what happened today is a wake up call for those who have been just keeping quiet. Like the silent majority, I don't even have respect for the silent majority anymore. It's like, stand up, open your mouth. You know what? Do you think Jesus was the biggest disruptor known to man? And I think we have to remind, not that I ever, when I say that, I never want to, I'm not comparing myself, but we have to remind ourselves that it's not.
Follow that lead. No, you're not comparing. You're following greatness. You're following godliness. It is the most beautiful interrupt of, that's not how it's going to be. That's not how it is. Let's speak truth. And it resonates and it lasts forever. And the writings of Jesus, they're so beautiful in each one of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It all depends on what your personality is. And you see how everyone had a different take on the exact same Jesus. One of them, he was very verbose. He told stories and was parables. Another one you read, it was all one-liners. So if you like Clint Eastwood Jesus, you can read in John.
Wait, let me write that one down. What's that one?
Exactly. You know, birds have hair, foxes have holes, the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. They're like, what? I was like, that's Clint Eastwood dude right there. You know what I mean? He got the leather strap walking in, slapping people. He went to the desert for Lazarus' death and had people with a fish fry. He from the sticks. Jesus was country, and he talked like Clint Eastwood. Can't convince me no different.
Oh,
Shut up.
God.
I want to hear it.
I
Whoever
love
is in
it.
the comments, wrong, and we follow.
Oh my gosh. Hey, you know what? You're probably right. You know what's funny? I just thought of, I'm like flashing back to, I'm just thinking Texas right now because your accent. I felt like I needed subtitles there for a minute, which was fantastic. But I have a lot of family in the Texas area. And
These New Yorkers, how do I need to talk? Okay. How do I need to
No, I love it. I love it. It's so refreshing. But no, I have a lot of family in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and my grandpa lives in Runaway Bay. And I'll be going there, you know, in the winter to visit. But it's funny. It's like, what was that?
I said, come on.
Sorry. Yeah. Hey, there's a conference actually that Right America Media is going to be at. So maybe I'll hit you up. It's going to be in Dallas actually. But and you just moved back to Texas from California. And how's it been to be back?
It feels good. I will say, California, outside of 2 cities, is red.
You're right, especially northern.
When I go sing these shows, Tough Cooper's a really good friend of mine, #1 cowboy in the world, overall cowboy, and he's out of Decatur, Texas. Riverside, Marietta, they have more horse corrals per capita than any other county in the United States. There are country people. Oh my gosh, Trump flags, American flags, we the people, come and take it everywhere. We just did a show in Temecula at South Coast Winery. They had 400 tickets, 1,200 people showed up.
Wow.
Singing every word back to
Oh, I love it. No, it is refreshing.
It's here.
You're right. You're right. It is. It's refreshing.
Yeah. We gotta keep talking.
Yes, we do. You're so right. And actually, I think California flipped. If the voting was all done properly, I do think we had those 55 electoral votes. So I'll stop there so I don't get another strike against me with YouTube.
Very good.
But I mean, that's what we're up against. We're up against that where I'm like on eggshells here. What am I going to say that's going to get me removed from YouTube? I mean, it's like, it's so tough being someone who loves God, loves his country, pro law enforcement. I mean, wow. I mean, it's wild. Everywhere I turn, I'm being shadow banned or getting a strike against me. And I am mild in comparison to someone on the left that wants to just go off. I'm like, wow, like since when did all of these positive things, right? Capitalism gives you the ability to have a business, to produce music. I mean, it's like, since when is that bad? And yet that we're on the chopping block and we're the bad guy and gal. And anyways, it's pretty crazy. But no, I agree. Especially Northern California, there's a lot of patriots there for sure. And what do you think is going to happen? Do you think Larry Elder has a shot?
I do. I think he has a shot. I love what he does. I think people are over Newsom. I do.
Yes.
I think people are over Newsom. But it's hard to beat someone when you're on as Nancy Pelosi. It's hard to beat them.
Yep.
So
it is.
I'm continuously praying and encouraging my brother because California was my home for 14 years. My babies were born there. I met my wife there. I was going to stay there between California and Texas, but we felt like where California is going is not for us. So there's a lot of good patriots there. There's a lot of good people, and I still do a lot of good country music in California, and I continue to pray for those that are there. I think the state as a people flipped. I was there. I sang on the Capitol steps in Sacramento, with 28,000 people on the lawn. Got it on video.
Oh,
couldn't post it.
Was that in August of 20? Oh yeah, I helped promote. I know someone that put that on, so I helped promote some of some of the transportation. That is awesome. I did not know that. That's fantastic. You are the real deal. You are the real deal. Let me just, I want to take a moment and just, I want to thank you for being, I consider you a real authentic cowboy. And I grew up listening to Chris Ledoux, Hank Jr., and you know what? It took me a while to discover you because I'm so stuck on my 90s country. Like I love 90s country. Right. And so, but I discovered you. It took longer than it should have, but I just listened to my 90s country. But anyways, you embody, in a sense, some of your music sounds like the 90s country that I love. And it has that real authentic country sound.
On purpose, yes.
Oh, good.
We do that on purpose. I've had, so there's producers and there's track guys that make track that they put a banjo with it. And I think it's cool. I do. But there's a certain audience. There's a certain woman that wants to hear that acoustic and get something cold, and she does this. That's who I'm singing to. That's how I got Priscilla. That's how I got the number of the amount of fans that I have right now, is because it's the real. It's 3 chords and the truth. We actually have a fiddle in my band, and she is a Black patriotic fiddle player. It's awesome. And we are who we are. Country has no color. Country people don't even care about what color you are. They care about if you're real or not. Look at that beautiful woman. Look at that. I made it with that. We got 3 kids. You kidding me? Come on.
She's gorgeous. Definitely.
Oh
my gosh.
And she's even pretty on the inside.
Oh, I'm just watching her. Literally,
that dude was ugly. She won. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Is that what inspired your "He's Ugly" song?
Oh man, no, that was actually from my ex-wife and her new dude. But I like the new dude.
Oh.
I mean, he's a good dude. Oh. He just hideous. You know what I mean?
He's ugly.
It's all
right. Oh yes.
Saw you in Walmart. You were holding his hand. We've only been broken up about a week and a half. Really? I'm not jelly, I'm just telling you. You left me for him. Something looked peculiar, and I was noticing. Your new boyfriend is ugly, and I'm glad he is. Why don't y'all go get married and have some ugly kids? Hey! Okay, who hasn't wished that on their ex?
Oh my gosh, totally. That's why I love that song, because it resonates. You know what? I swear, my husband's ex-girlfriend, he dated her for 4 years before we got married. Right. And I was like, she was kind of ugly. And so I remember thinking like, you know what I mean? Then you look in the mirror, you're like, oh, all right. You know, it's just, so when it's someone following you,
your own hotness. Like,
totally.
That you was in love with, he had that ugly girl with a wooden leg with termites in it and cross-eyed. And you're like, wait a minute. You tell me I'm pretty. You had to tell her she was pretty in 4 years. Either you lying, or you really can't see, or I'm ugly. Right?
Right. Seriously. And every picture I see, she's wearing Skechers, bright white Skechers, you know? And I'm like, you know, he is from Long Island and they don't necessarily have a fashion sense. But yeah, I'm like, whoa. So for a few months there, I was like, what's going on here? Like, wow. But
listen,
anyways,
he won. Yeah. I'm going to tell you.
Exactly. He likes to say that I did, because I had like $3,000 in college debt when he married me, and he didn't know about it. And so, and he paid it off. I'm like, that is small, mister. I went to community college.
No, that's very small. Moving on, that's very small.
Right? Yeah, he likes to say, you know, you married up. But so we're a good fit because we give each other crap. But yeah, no, that's really funny. I love that song.
You have to, and that's what marriage is about. It's about getting one leg up on your spouse and videoing it, or reminding them about it every time. That's what marriage is, people. Okay, get over it. I'll make it any worse than that.
It's so true. There is something else. Okay, have you heard this saying where they're like, for a successful marriage, one person has to be crazy and one person has to be slightly boring, and those are the best marriages. And
I do believe that.
I feel you have heard that. I feel like
oh yeah, and I believe it.
my husband. I believe it too. My husband's slightly the boring one, I would say, which is good because I need
Right.
someone that's like just a little more like stable and they're there and they're consistent. And I'm the one that will just walk up to him and like act like I'm just gonna, do a lap dance or something. Like I'm the one that's just constantly throwing him off his rocker. He's like, what? Like he thinks I'm crazy, but that's what makes it fun. And I think that you guys have that balance. Not saying Christilla is boring, but I think she's more the stable, consistent, and you're the one that you never really know what you're gonna do.
Well, I'm stable and consistent. I don't know what happened. That's the consistency in my brain. And I had a lot of cafeteria food from a public school. I got strange thoughts. So I was a shepherd pie guy. If you eat shepherd's pie, you know what I mean? You have crazy. It's got potatoes and cheese. It's got a dead cow on the bottom of it. They call it beef. I'm all about it. I think us balancing out our marriage, because she is more, honey, babe, calm down.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know who you're talking to, so you need that. You need that. And I think it's a good balance for our kids, even with good cop, bad cop, when it comes to discipline and how to talk with them. And, my son does really good with communicating with my wife about his feelings. And then he asks me my advice on other stuff. And then my girls are like me. They'll burn down your house to warm their hands. You know what I mean? So it's a good balance.
Yeah. No, seriously, that's a lot like what I'm dealing with here. Yeah, it's so funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, it was really fun to watch. And like you said, it's like so relatable, so real. And you guys are just such a wonderful family. And just a real honor to have you on today. And I'm just curious, we have just a few minutes left, but I just want to ask you, so what is next for you? I know you're growing and you're huge, but I'm just curious, like, I know I can just tell someone like you're never settled. Like you want more, you want to keep pushing yourself. What is on the horizon?
Right. I am going to create a coaching system for small businesses to learn how to expand, how to scale, how to close deals, how to negotiate. I'm also going to be, I'm the spokesperson for Combs Ranch Jeans. Combs Ranch does all the clothing for Yellowstone. So
cool.
We did a partnership, just did a partnership with Chevrolet as well. And we are negotiating season 2 right now to go to cable TV and not Netflix. So more families.
I was wondering.
Yeah, that call came in today. So it is a slower process, but we're looking to launch it in Q1 of 2022 and to have all the episodes out by Q2. So it's not going to be long. And the next thing is to encourage people that freedom is not gone, freedom is not free, and patriotism is the new black. You want to be you want to be cool, you better be patriotic now, no matter what everybody else is saying. The moment you start speaking truth, the last thing is the moment you start speaking truth, your business grows, your numbers grow, your sales go through the roof. We have got to start speaking truth because the truth has no agenda. It doesn't change. And you don't have to lie to keep it up. It'll be the same forever. That's why in the Bible it says, the way, the truth, and the life, and heaven and earth shall pass, but the word of God will endure forever, because it is the truth. So if you speak truth, if you live truth, there's no other person you have to keep up with, because it's easy to live in the light every time.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I appreciate that so much. It's really exciting.
Thank you for coming. And when y'all come to Dallas, thank you for having me on. When y'all come to Dallas, let me know. I'll take you to.
We can hit you up.
I got a couple of new restaurants. If you like sushi, I got a place to take you. If you want to go country from farm to fork, I got the place. And
yes,
I'll introduce you to Priscilla and the babies and the whole nine. It'd be good.
That would be amazing. Well, I just have to tell you, I've been craving. I'm sure you guys have some barbecue out there. I know that's cliche, but hey, when I went to visit my grandpa in Runaway Bay, it's pretty remote. It's out there. And
Right.
I walk in with my grandpa. I'm wearing a Cowboys t-shirt and a vest. I'm not dolled up, right? I walk in and
Right.
the waitress goes, "Girl, I can tell." What she say? She's like, "You're a diva." And I was like, "What? How could she tell?" I mean, I am a bit of one, but how did she know? I had just gone fishing. I was wearing scrubs. So, yeah, I loved that she was just straight up honest with me. It was fantastic. So, and I'm like, that's what I want.
Listen,
A hole in the wall,
that's
real
what you're gonna
people.
get. That's
Yes.
what you're gonna get.
Awesome. I love
That's
it.
what you're
I
gonna
love
get. And
it
you know
so
what?
much.
I was just in Oregon. I was just in Medford. I drove down to Crescent City, California. I sang at the Del Norte County Fair. There's good
wow.
people, and I'm proud of the people that are standing strong. I'm proud of the
Yes.
folks that are going, "This is my business. I'm going to open my doors." You're not crazy. You're not by yourself. This is still a free country. Mandates are not laws. Period. No matter what.
Amen.
Choice.
Thank you.
You have a
Thank you.
choice.
Yes.
Go download
Yes,
Mr.
thank you
Red,
so
White, and
much.
Blue. Get all the music. Go watch Country Ever
Yes.
After. Do it
Yes.
all. And send me a copy of this. Jose, send me a copy of this. Was it Jose?
I don't want to call you out live.
See, racist. That was racist. I feel oppressed by my own statement. My man won.
Oh my God.
My
Hey,
guitar
I'm
player's
glad
name
you.
is Jose. My guitar player's name is Jose. Employed
Oh my God.
minority. No, I'm joking.
Oh,
I got Mexican,
oh my
black
God, you're so
woman, and a red bearded drummer. I got a ginger
better
drummer.
you
Only got
than me.
minorities.
Better you than me. Oh my God, that was so amazing. He doesn't care. One's cool. Oh my gosh.
Man, I appreciate it. Y'all are amazing.
You are too. You have an awesome day. Talk to you soon.
That's a horrible exit. This is horrible. Click like, click subscribe. Are you kidding me? I'm just gonna.
Just keep going. We have 4 minutes. Yeah, just walk. We have 4 minutes. Later, homie. Yeah, you too. Oh my gosh. Wait, let me do so. I have to make you feel better real quick. I have to make you feel better. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
Can you be brown and red? I'm blushing. Go.
Oh my gosh. Wait, no. Okay, listen. Here's something Juan did once. This is going to make you feel better. So I had a guest on, and he's from Utah, and he's Mormon. And I was kidding with Juan, and I said, you know, we put down below, like for my guests, I usually do like their name and then their company or whatever. I said, yeah, just put Mormon. But I was totally kidding. And so it popped up with his name and then just Mormon. And it kept flashing throughout our interview. It kept flashing up Mormon. So
I love it. You know what?
So
we've got to get past being sensitive with each other. We honestly have to get past the sensitivity. And that's what I love. I love the fact that my brother-in-law was black as a stovepipe. We cracked so many jokes, and my sister was pale white. She looked like a sheet of paper with eyes. And they were together. It's just like, when did we stop laughing at ourselves and laughing with people? And so
seriously.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that you got a sense of humor. You guys, this show is going to go through the roof. This is nothing but a foundation. You got rocket fuel underneath you. This is going to be great. I'm proud of you. I look forward to doing these interviews further in the future.
Thank you so much.
Okay?
I'm very touched. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, that's a great exit. There you go. All right. See you later. Yep.
All right, I'm
out. See you later. Bye. Oh my gosh, amazing. I love that. And you know what? Everything I do, I like to just build on humor. And that was like the perfect thing to happen on my show, because we can't take ourselves too seriously, you guys. I mean, like, I love that. I love that. We can't take ourselves too seriously. We have to laugh at ourselves. We have to laugh at things we say or make mistakes with. And I love that. That was just so perfect for me. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Is he not amazing? He is the real deal. I mean, seriously, he is the real deal. And go watch his show. I felt just enriched. My kids watched it in bed with me. It's a family show. You can watch it and not worry about censoring. And just a great human being. So please download his music, check out Country Ever After on Netflix. And thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it so much.